In this world of ours, where the demand for food is constantly on the rise, and where arable land is a limited resource, farmers are finding it necessary to become increasingly more efficient while adopting innovative agricultural techniques and technologies. The ability to grow crops under nets is an excellent solution for growing vegetables, flowers, and herbs. This technique renders it possible to significantly reduce the use of toxic pesticides while increasing the yield of a given plot of land by several orders of magnitude.
הגידול בחממות, הגידול יותר אינטנסיבי, יותר מטופל. הגענו לתוצאות פי 5 ופי 6 מאשר בשטח פתוח. אם בעבר היינו מגיעים ל-6-7 טון עגבנייה, היום אנחנו יכולים להגיע ל-30 טון.
Growing crops under netting actually creates an ideal microclimate for agriculture, rendering it possible to save water while providing plants with significant protection from harmful weather conditions. All these advantages come together to ensure that the return on investment is shorter than one single year. And more importantly, agricultural netting provides fruits and vegetables that are healthier to consume while lowering environmental contamination. Meteor Agricultural Nets is the global leader in the development and manufacturing of agricultural nets against insects and pests. The company's headquarters and manufacturing facilities are located in central Israel, in proximity to the city of Tel Aviv. Meteor was established in Europe 70 years ago by Mr. David Kleiman as a manufacturer of agricultural tools. Mr. Kleiman, the only member of his family to have survived Auschwitz and the Holocaust, immigrated to Israel in 1953, where he rebuilt his business and initially produced screens for aluminum windows. This is the whitefly, possibly the world's #1 insect pest, representing a veritable threat to agriculture worldwide. This tiny pest causes serious damage by transferring viruses to plant crops, such as tomatoes and cucumbers.
בחוץ היינו מרססים פעמיים ביום. התוצאות היו מאוד גרועות, שעד כדי כך שחשבנו לעצור את הגידול.
בשנת 88 הושמדו למעשה גידולי עגבניות בישראל, וחיפשנו פתרון מתאים. ואז צץ רעיון לפתח רשת שהייתה למעשה הראשונה בעולם עם חורים מוארכים, בשביל לאפשר מצד אחד חסימה מלאה של המזיק שנקרא whitefly, ומצד שני לאפשר מקסימום אוורור של החממה. אם היינו עושים רשת שהייתה כמו שהיה מקובל באותה תקופה עם חורים ריבועיים, אז היא הייתה חוסמת לחלוטין את האוורור בחממה. ואז עלה הרעיון פה במפעל לעשות רשת עם חורים מוארכים, כמו בסורגים בחלון, אחד מקסימום אוורור, ומצד שני תחסום ב100% את כנימת השטבות.
We came out with a net we named Antivirus that provided effective 100% protection against the whitefly.
התוצאה הייתה שנתנו פתרון מוחלט לחקלאים ואפשרנו למעשה לחזור ולגדל עגבניות בישראל.
Meteor's innovations did not stop with the antivirus net. It was discovered that pests also enter the greenhouse through its doors. Once inside, conditions are ideal for pests to reproduce. Meteor soon found a solution to this problem as well: BioNet. Through its unique ability of altering the spectrum of sunlight that enters the greenhouse, BioNet effectively disorients any insects that manage to penetrate the greenhouse, causing them to lose their ability to attack plants. Despite the fact that BioNet and antivirus nets have enjoyed immense worldwide success in the last 20 years, these nets are unable to deal with a destructive new pest, thrips. This tiny winged insect, measuring far less than a millimeter, is able to pass through nets and cause serious damage to crops.
ואז החלטנו לפתח את רשת הספיידרנט.
SpiderNet contains hairy little microfibers that catch thrips when these try to pass through the net, effectively reducing their penetration by 90%. SpiderNet functions much like a spider web, hence its name. Meteor also developed a net called Crystal for covering orchards and fruit trees, such as bananas, grapevines, apples, and pears. In addition to providing protection against pests, Crystal offers physical protection against wind, hail, and birds, and renders it possible to realize savings of up to 40% on water for irrigation. Black shade nets serve primarily for growing flowers and foliage for the home decoration market. For many years, Meteor has enjoyed a reputation not only as a leader in terms of innovation and technology, but as a manufacturer that delivers reliable and especially durable products.
מוצר מעולה שאני עובד איתו כבר מעל ל-15 שנה ולא מחליף אותו במוצר אחר.
In order to be able to guarantee the highest level of products, Meteor is independently responsible for three main stages of manufacturing: producing the fibers, weaving the nets, and cutting them according to customer specifications.
על ידי ייצור של המוצרים אצלנו בבית ושמירה על איכות מאוד גבוהה, אנחנו מבטיחים שהמוצר הסופי יהיה בסטנדרטים הבינלאומיים הכי טובים. זה אולי עושה כאב ראש למחלקות הייצור שלנו, אבל אנחנו מתאימים את המוצרים ללקוחות בצורה של טיילור מייד, וזה מבטיח להם תמורה מקסימלית עבור ההשקעה שלהם ברשת.
We have been around for 70 years. We will continue to develop new products and to lead the market with new innovations and developments, while providing our customers with excellent service. Our motto is, first to be the best, and then to be first.